What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to talk about a really common issue that I see with people who are running any sort of traffic. So if you're running Facebook traffic right now or YouTube traffic, there's a good chance you are making this error. And what that error is not setting up your remarketing audiences on YouTube. Now, the reason you want to set these up is in order to set up YouTube retargeting, which is a very powerful way to get really cheap conversions, you have to set up what are called remarketing audiences from the get-go. For example, on Facebook, if you want to retarget, as long as your pixel was placed on the page, you can set up an audience anytime you want. Whereas on YouTube, if you want to retarget your traffic, whether that traffic is coming from Facebook or YouTube, you want to have those audiences, those remarketing audiences set up from the very beginning. Because unlike Facebook, YouTube audiences don't look back to the very first time you installed the pixel. So if you run a bunch of traffic, 6 months pass, and then you set up your audiences, you just missed 6 months of data, and you can no longer retarget that data, which would have been a ton of cheap conversions. And in any industry that you're in, cheap conversions are always wanted. So what I'm going to show you how to do today is how to set up YouTube remarketing audiences. Now, you may say to yourself, hey, I'm not even running YouTube traffic right now. I don't even have a video for YouTube retargeting. Is that fine? Yes, you want to set these up right now no matter what. You don't have to have videos. You don't have to be running YouTube traffic. Even if you're just running Facebook traffic, even if you're just putting organic traffic to a page that you can pixel, you want to have these audiences set up. So let's jump into it. So the first thing that you need to do is make sure that, let's go to the dashboard so you can see how to get to these different locations. The first thing you want to do is set up your conversion tags. Your conversion tags need to be on every page of your funnel. If you don't have these set up, there's another video on my channel about how to set up conversion tracking. Go ahead and watch that. But assuming you've set up conversion tags, and it's really easy, you can just Google how to do this as well. It's really basic. Once you have your conversion tags on every page, you want to go over to Audience Manager. Now, these are your remarketing audiences. These are the audiences that collect data off of your pages, and you will be able to run videos to these segments of people. So let's go over to our funnel real quick. And here's our funnel. And what we're going to do is we're going to create remarketing audiences for every single one of these pages. Now, I'm only going to do that for one of these pages because that would take forever. It takes like 20, 30 minutes to set these up for a full funnel, but I'm going to show you guys how to do just one. So let's go back over here. We're going to hit the plus symbol right here, create remarketing audience. We're going to create it from website visitors. And what we're going to name this is we're going to name it the funnel name up here. So let's get the funnel name. And then we're going to name it the step of the funnel, which is opt-in. And then we're going to do 30. What this 30 at the end means is we're setting up a remarketing audience that is going to apply to 30 days. So visitors of a page, match any rule group, page URL contains. So the way you grab the URL is you go ahead and you paste it into here. And you want to pull the final URL. This is a mistake a ton of people make. A lot of people just grab this ClickFunnels URL, which will not track. You must paste it and then grab the URL that appears after. And you don't want to grab that https.www. You just want to grab the startorscale.com/whatever comes after. And we're going to paste this in here. And one thing I do want to show you guys here is if you are doing a split test in ClickFunnels or really most other landing page softwares, it actually randomizes this URL that appears between two different ones. So it creates a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to show you, we might as well show you in this tutorial as well how to get around that. So what you're going to do is hit this little gear icon here. And you'll notice the path right here matches the final URL that appeared. So we have this one, but also this one will sometimes appear when this page is put into the split test rotation. So we also have this path. So what we're going to do, just because we're split testing, normally if you're not split testing, you can stop here and go on to the rest of the steps. If you are running a split test, you hit and we're going to paste that final little bit there from the other part of the split test. And then we're going to copy this, the domain right there. So now we have both types of URLs that can appear. And again, you grab those from these little gear icons. Now, normally, if you're not split testing, you just copy this and paste it, and you just grab the final URL. And for the other examples I'm going to show you here, I'm just going to do that. We're not going to enter both of these every time, but just know that if you are split testing, you do want to enter both of these all of the time. So the other settings here, pre-fill list with people from the last 30 days. Awesome. People stay in this list for 30 days. This is the one that we are going to make alterations to, but because this is our 30-day audience, it already matches. So that's perfect. I'm going to copy this so it makes creating the next audience easier. We're going to paste this. Perfect. Paste that again. And this one is going to be 60. And what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this final URL again, paste it in here. Again, because it's a split test, I would normally paste the other URL, but for the sake of ease, we're just going to do it like this. Pre-fill the list with people from 30 days. And this time we're going to change this. People stay in this audience for 60 days. Then we're going to hit create audience. And then we are going to create a 90-day version. So I'm actually going to copy this, create a new one, website visitors, paste, change this to 90, grab this final URL again, paste it in here. People stay in this audience for 90 days. And then we're going to create one final one. We need to, let me go back and grab that title name. Delete this out. I just don't want to type all that again. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. Website visitors, paste that in. Page URL contains. We're going to copy starter scale. I might have copied the HTTPS on the other examples. You don't want to copy the HTTPS. You just do starterscale.com, you do the domain name, and everything that comes after. So if I did HTTPS on the other ones, just ignore that. People stay in this audience for, we did 30, 60, 90. This one's going to be 540. This is our maxed out version here. 540. And people pre-fill the list 30 days. That always remains the same. Create audience. Let's go back through and make sure we didn't include the HTTPS on some of these. Look, we did. So we're just going to delete that out. But that is all you do. So I like to do let's go back to audiences. I like to do a 30, 60, 90, and 540. 540 is the max amount of days that YouTube can hold an audience. You can create more than this. You can do like 7 days if that's a useful targeting for you. Most of the time, these super short segments, it's going to be hard to fill them with enough people unless if you're spending thousands, tens of thousands per day. In that case, you can do that as well. These are populating right now. you do have to have over 1,000 people in an audience for YouTube to serve it to them. So it can take a little while to build these up, but depending on how much traffic you're running, you can run these pretty quickly. You'll notice display allows you to run sooner than YouTube does. So you can run your display retargeting before you even run your YouTube retargeting, which is nice. But eventually these will all be populated and you can retarget on them. So guys, that is how you create your remarketing audiences. You do a 30-day, you do a 60-day, you do a 90-day, and you do a 540. You just grab that domain name and whatever appears after. Remember not to copy the ClickFunnels URL. You must copy the URL that appears after you enter that into the URL and hit enter. That is the URL that you want. Guys, if you're running any traffic right now, you want to create these. I don't care what you're running. If you have any sort of offer that's generating any sort of traffic to web pages, you want to create these right now, because in the future, fast forward a few months, you're going to find these incredibly useful and you're going to be able to get very cheap conversions for your business out of these. So create these from the start and you'll be in a very good position. And if you ever hop on a call with me to evaluate your campaigns, I won't have to have a mini heart attack when I see that no remarketing audiences have been created. So guys, that's it for this video. If you want to learn more about how to run YouTube ads, I have a free Facebook group below. Every Wednesday, I go live at 7 p.m. Eastern and answer all of your questions in there as well. If you're interested in growing your business or other people's businesses, if you run an agency with YouTube ads, I offer a one-on-one coaching program. So there's a link to schedule a call with me below in order to learn more about that. If you want to see more videos like this, they're over here. If you want to see videos like this every week, I release about 3 to 4 videos a week about how to grow your business with YouTube. So guys, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.